Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? Let's go! Hey! Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
can you say when love goes away that hasn't been said before? I have no rhyme that's different this time. There's no words to sing anymore. I haven't a clue why you went away. I only know you are gone. And I sit alone, my heart by the phone. And so I just listen to rain as it falls to the ground and washes the day away. Nothing to show and no place to go, so here in my room I stay. I don't know that I could forget you, no matter how hard I try. I'm all alone and honestly I don't know why. Just listen to rain as it falls to the ground and washes the day away. Nothing to show and no place to go, so here in my room I stay. I don't know that I could forget you, no matter how hard I try. I'm all alone, and honestly I cannot believe all the tears that I've cried. I'm all alone, and honestly I don't know why. I wish I could give you up, but you're my new favorite drug. Enter into my blood, run with my toxic love. Look how you make me happy. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of me. my new favorite drug. Enter into my blood. Run with my toxic love. Look how you make me happy. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of me. Look how you make me.
Wanna clear a bottle of Cabernet. Wanna stay home, not even drink. Wanna get out of my own head. Wanna lay down, overthink. I wanna cry every tear I got. Put on a dress, be a stranger's dream. Lock up this heart of mine, wanna wear it on my sleeve. I kinda wanna hate you, but I wanna love you too. I wanna hold you close and let you go. Find someone new, and I wish it wasn't, but my mind's made up in two. What's killing me the most is knowing two things can be true. Wanna throw away your vanity. Wanna wear it to sleep tonight. Wanna wipe our slate clean. Wanna pick this thing up right where we left off. Wanna block your number, take one last time, make it another. Wish I was one or the other. I kinda wanna hate you, but I wanna love you too. I wanna hold you close and let you go. Find someone new, and I wish it wasn't, but my mind's made up in two. What's killing me the most is knowing two things can be true. If it's black, it's white. If it's wrong, it's right. Soon as I pick one, I switch sides. I kinda wanna hate you, but I wanna love you too. I wanna hold you close and let you go. Find someone new, and I wish it wasn't, but my mind's made up in two. What's killing me the most is knowing two things can be true. Two things can be true. Oh, oh. Two things can be true.
Well, I know how you want it to seem, but we'll watch as it all plays out. From the crest of the wave that we broke upon, and pulled you back into the sea, all the way down. Why'd it take all our life to explain that it's more beautiful when you're here? I remember the light when I turned around and revealed all the truth, no escape. Point blank. Say it
Ladies and gentlemen, with that, it's been a while since we've had this combo of casters, but I love casting with my boy Crasheroni, and we are here for what should be a really good game at least, because we got Team Syntax up against Power Rangers. Though, Crasheroni, would you look at all of those bands from Team Syntax? Because I think they've definitely done their homework. They've definitely looked up like all of the go-to picks for Team Syntax, and are like Lone Druid Nope, Invoker Nope, Cass Nope, Undying Nope. Did we get them all, guys? And do you think they got them all?
Hopefully, I mean it's respectful. I think every single one of those heroes is also the heroes to ban right now. So it's sort of, two birds, one stone. Get rid of the tree, get rid of the druid. Druid just makes you play different types of Dota. So does tree in certain ways too. So it's worth just getting rid of,
I mean, the tree definitely, because the tree, similar to the puck, those are heroes that both teams really enjoy, and they just don't want to risk having to deal with them. Because similar to the lone druid, I think especially the tree forces very different Dota. It's like, oh, the buildings now get healed. You now have to commit to every push. And that's something that Syntax don't want to deal with. But a lot of the times, especially during like the play-ins and the group stages, I've been saying, oh man, if only this game number 2 had been the game number 1, where they go into game number 2 having like actually respect bans, having actually done their homework. But here the homework is already done in game number 1. Like they know exactly what Power Rangers usually play, and I think it's definitely going to make for a high stakes interactive draft.
These are also the top dogs, right? Like, oh no, Syntax is like middle. Syntax are like middle of the pack right now, aren't they?
Yep. They do have some really good strats and some really good drafts, but a lot of those are dependent on the leader and the SF. Like, they really like those, oh, our one position has farmed for 20 minutes, it's 25 minutes now, and we end the game kind of drafts.
Yes.
And those are inconsistent. Like, even with the better teams than Syntax that pick Templar Assassins.
I just don't think that's much of a hero right now. You know what? The hero only got changed in one way in the most recent patch. Whether that be a good thing or a bad thing, that's for you to decide. She can now be rooted while going through her psionic, like, Aghanim Scepter trap thing. The little poof. She can now be rooted and cancel it. Ooh.
I
Big
mean,
theater.
Root has been significantly rebalanced. Like, all the root effects.
I like it.
Yeah, same. Because it's now very consistent and it kind of works more like Dota 1. But it is important that all the root effects get nerfed. Because one thing that I'm surprised that we didn't see is, all of the heroes that have a root now being super meta. Instead, funnily enough, the Mirana that's just been picked up has been making so many more appearances.
Stuns are good. I think Mirana is also a hero that shows up around TI time a lot. Your Miranas, your Enigmas, your Earthshakers. I think Darkseer as well. I think Darkseer also fits the meta a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, the SFs, the Drows, right? Of course. You're going to pick Darkseer. Why wouldn't you? But Mirana is this sort of like blank slate of a support. She makes any stun that you have arguably better, because she just makes it longer as long as she can hit an arrow. The damage is good in lane. Celestial Quiver makes you maybe not as good as when you had the like 80% miss chance on stars, like the second meteor on Starfall that was just broken. But Celestial Quiver is still very good at pretty much every stage of the game. It's just a useful like little bit of extra damage tool.
Yeah, it scales decently well. It's similar
yeah.
to those Puck 20 right-click damage that you get from the Aghanim's shard. It doesn't sound like a lot, it doesn't seem like a lot, but then when you have the Puck sitting on your backlines for one team fight, you really end up feeling it. But I do think Syntax, like, you analyzed the Mirana really well there, but Syntax, they recognize that and they immediately answer, because Ringmaster is like the nightmare of a Mirana. He can just allow you to move out of the way while you're stunned. And Largo.
Bane too. And Largo as well, right? Like, it is not an easy arrow setup. Because it's just chains right now, and that can be purged by Largo.
It does seem super defensive, though. Like, what do you think the last pick is going to be?
They need big damage on Syntax, because I know their damage relies on Epicenter and Power Rangers, like, walking in with their mouth open and just, like, I don't know, like, not being aware of what's happening to them.
Follow-up question immediately. Do you think it will be burst damage, or that 4 Protect 1, something like a Drow, or this is F that has been banned, but a more gradual right-click hero? Because the burst is also
It could be something like that. Because they do need someone to hit buildings. Please, dear God, someone hit buildings because they do absolutely none of that right now.
Yeah, and it looks like we got ourselves a pause in the draft, which is always annoying, but hopefully it will be resolved soon.
I still hear the draft. I hear the sound of the draft.
Oh, I think it's Dota that's like
I
saying no to the API because yeah, I also
I
still
think
see
so.
the draft. But man, Dota has been acting up ever since the TI qualifiers. Like with the lobby just now, we also noticed it, and these teams
Yeah.
too have sadly been feeling it.
Well, you can hear it, but in case you can't see it, we do have a Terrorblade has been picked up by Power Rangers, which would have been a pretty good option for Synapse, right? It is that sort of like fighty hero. You can also, obviously farm very well with it. It sieges high ground quite well. And then Power Rangers have banned the Drow. So you're running out of options of that CG sort of stand back and let me click buildings hero, as hopefully we are getting our draft screen fixed here. Just be a moment, hopefully, but until then, you'll have to use your imagination on what the draft looks like.
Yeah, though the Drow ban from Power Rangers, it's so insane because the Drow would have been looking really good. That's why I kind of used her as an example because you got 3 heroes to protect her and a Sand King to kind of stun everyone so that she can actually get those hits in. But Power Rangers, like with this Terrorblade, I wonder if they want to kind of get momentum now and speed up the draft instead.
They certainly could. They have a really good 3 hero run around, right? With TB farms, TB can join when TB is ready, but I've constantly seen Embers even get dogged on in lane, destroyed, absolutely wrecked, just to get that urn or maybe get a rune, rotate. Everything's good for him now, and Coddle Marana Ember can kill almost anyone on the map. Maybe not Largo, maybe not Ringmaster, just because they have those save potentials for themselves and anyone else are around. But anyone else, it should be easy picking. Sand King's going to need to be careful this game for sure.
Oh yeah, I think Pipe is kind of a mandatory item as well against how much magical burst Power Rangers have. Because it's kind of pick-off spells, right? Like Illuminate is a pick-off spell, Starstorm is a pick-off spell, Slayer Fist and the Ember Remnants, that's burst that you use for 1 kill. But technically all of it is AoE. So if you go for that 4-man smoke, hit a 2-man Slayer Fist, you can delete 2 people almost exactly as fast as you can delete 1 person. And I think that aspect of the draft can be really terrifying, but also makes the draft really hard to execute.
There's that Underlord, big Rudy boy. Loves getting mana from Coddle and Lane, another arrow setup, another body, another hero to just be there without even needing to be there. That's the beauty of the hero.
An insane
And you're
amount of
going
AoE
eggs, right?
as well. I really like the extra AoE because I was just talking about oh, they have really good AoE combo, but they only have the 2-man Searing Chains. Now it's Searing Chains, Pit, nobody can even come in to help them.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel bad for Synapse. They kind of out of options here.
I mean, it feels like, but Syntax, I really hope they can pull some 4 Protect 1 carry that we never see out of the hat. Because Anti-Mage is looking good, and Anti-Mage has been kind of making a return. I know it's not as good. Drow Ranger is what they were drafting for. Some hero like the Drow. Oh.
I don't... I do hate it.
Agreed. Same.
It's hard to fully describe because I think there is a world where this Muerta can get out of hand. I don't think it's going to happen.
Agreed.
I think that this Power Rangers offlane is going to be very hard to feed. Muerta, what is this going to be? Muerta Bane doesn't quite have the same sting to it as a Bane SF lane, for example. There's really not much kill potential. What are you gonna Nightmare walk them 5 feet and then dead shot them another 5 feet. Ooh, I'm so scared.
I mean, honestly though, no, the combo you're describing can be really powerful. And honestly, that's like one of the few things that can make Muerta work. But it's also my issue with Muerta, because our faces when she was picked, I think, tell the whole story there already. We both hate it. And I'm a one-position player, and I used to be a Muerta spammer when she had infinite scaling. And the lack of infinite scaling is just so bad against a hero that cannot avoid dealing magical damage. Like, you cannot say, okay, the enemy has like 80% magic resist or something, I'm now gonna play my Muerta as a physical right click. That's an option that every other carry gets, even the Terrorblade, even the PL. Heroes that are kind of crappy at it can at least build that Bloodthorn if they need magical damage and need to change up their damage type. And Muerta lacks it completely. So she's worthless as a hero in my opinion, because the old Muerta, it's not the infinite scaling that was like the important part of that.
Prepare for battle.
It was the fact that you could actively build stuff like the Maelstrom, like the MKB, and be right-click centric. Like, you're now a right-click carry that sometimes deals some magical damage.
Yeah, I also think, even at a very basic level, Power Rangers draft is just easier to play. You just throw your spells on the ground. You press your buttons. It's really not hard.
Yeah, I'm inclined to
Bane
agree.
is not going to have an easy time.
I know
Or
I
Sand
said,
King is going to have a hard time. I don't know.
yes, definitely. Like, Sand King, maybe they can save him at the cost of sacrificing the Ringmaster as well, so Bane is definitely going to have a hard time. But in the best case scenario, both of your
30
supports are going to suffer
seconds
so
to
that your mid
battle.
doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, like, during the draft, I said, oh, but Power Rangers draft is so hard to execute. That was before the last pick, Underlord, because now I'm so inclined to agree with you that Underlord is such a beautiful last pick that you have all of that setup that the AoE draft needed, and now you literally just need to wait. Oh, look, a good multi-hero pit. I'm immediately going to follow it up.
And every Underlord is building Axe first item.
The battle
Right, like,
begins.
or like maybe Atos Ags or something like that, right? But the points being, it's just a free game now. Big roots and
Oh,
Death of TB could have been, or it could have been Mirana instead. They blinded lighted away from the Mirana, ended up on the Terrorblade.
yeah, that wasn't even intended by the Keeper of the Light, but it ended up being really, really fortunate for everybody else. And I think you just kind of cast this curse them, because I agree, once Power Ranger come on a line, once Power Rangers do get the snowball, as long as they don't make a mistake, this is a very free game. Now, of course, everyone makes mistakes. That's just kind of the nature of Dota. But more importantly, this first play is going to make it so much harder for Power Rangers to even come online, to even get through those first five or six levels that they need to fight. Because they're not that level 6 dependent, but they are super, like, leveling up and getting high levels dependent.
Yeah, I think for the most part, this top lane is going to be chilling. Both these supports are going to look to rotate. Largo and TV should more or less just trade farm for a good portion of this game.
Well, that yes, but the Ringmaster is starting to suffer, and I don't think this is the only lane that goes like it, because both of the supports here are taking a lot of damage, but over on the bottom lane, it's also the kind of lane where both of these supports constantly have to do a lot of work. It's just that neither of them takes damage, because it's the Keeper of the Line against Bane instead, to like lifesteal themselves back up, and, you know, try not to nuke the creep wave from their respective carries.
That was one of the good things about, I feel like, professional coddles.
Yeah, it's
Is-
really clean how he lines up the
Right.
Illuminates.
Or sometimes you're not even leveling Illuminate till like level 4. Right? You can get the 2 points into your Chakra Magic.
That was a
trade
rough
down
trade,
bottom?
though.
I mean, Alberca gets solo XP. I'll take that.
Oh yeah, I mean rough for the Muerta. Like, Muerta is not the kind
yeah.
of hero that can afford dying in the laning stage.
No. And it's not like you get that like infinite scaling anymore either, right? Like,
Oh man, I miss old Muerta. Give me back old Muerta, because it used to be so much better. So much better, and I know it only worked during the ultimate, but I would play Muerta as like a physical desolator right-clicker, and then only use the ultimate as that, oh no, the enemy's trying to turn the fight around, blink into their backlines, press ultimate with BKB kind of tool, right? And I miss it. I miss it so much, because there's no other hero that plays like that other than maybe Slark, and he's a melee hero. Oh, Bane though. Get saved by the dash shot. And there's that little, like, 3-foot walk into one tower shot.
Wow.
Amazing harass, truly.
Impactful.
And I do feel bad for Laney, because I'm in the exact same boat he is, where I'm a really good Muerta player, and I really enjoy the hero, and I've been spamming her for like 100 games during that one patch where she was like the best carry in the game.
Yeah.
And I really want to play her, but she feels like a mid laner. Like, both Muerta and Cass feel too much like a mid laners that I can believe that they are good one positions.
I could see that, honestly. I could see Muerta transition maybe to be a bit more of a mid laner. I actually think Muerta would have a lot more success if she came out like maybe 4-5 years ago and was a mid laner.
Oh yeah, back
I think
then
we see a lot
bursts was like so much more important from the mid laner, and Lina was still really good for that beautiful hybrid of... Because Lina is really good this patch as well, but nowadays it's the burn damage that makes her overpowered. What used to make her overpowered is the combination of like having magical nuke followed by an insane amount of right click.
I mean, you can still do that in some ways. Like, I think Lina is probably the closest hero we have right now to that Muerta playstyle of being able to be a like physical damage shield that also deals magical damage.
I mean, the closest may be, but if so, that's really sad. For the very simple
'cause
reason...
it's not the same.
Yeah, you're too spell dependent. Like Lina, yes, you
Yeah.
don't need to do spell damage. You can go full right click Lina build and it will work. But if all enemies have BKB, right? If you can't hit anyone with your spells, you don't get stacks, so you still can't carry the team fight. You can't be a Muerta where you're so scary that you force everyone to press BKB, and if they do it too soon, can immediately punish them by going physical.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, I also
Version
missed the
down
old
bottom.
brooch on that note, but... Speaking of, it looks like Keeper of the Light will also be missed.
I feel like they're getting a lot more kills than I expect here. Immersion kind of just sat in the middle of them for a little bit. Not sure what the plan was there, but...
I mean,
What
the
that
whole
could've
plan
been.
there was, it was like the support dying or 2 range creeps being missed by the Underlord. As a core player, when my support does this, like, literally just, oh, you can't help me right now because you need to secure not 1 but 2 range creeps, I'll just walk in and die. I don't mind that play, and here's the punishment. Alberca comes in with a beautiful counter gang.
Yeah, I love the use of the first epi. You just gotta get it out. And as soon as he uses it, and he's not having the... You know, a lot of his last hits have been jungle creeps.
Oh yeah, not
He's been
just
jungling
that.
behind the tower. So they are, like, even. But he has been jungling. So the net worth is probably going to be... I guess it would still be in his favor now because he has a kill. So the point still being... He was jungling for a bit, so he really needed to get something happening.
Oh, speaking of happening, the happenings continue. As Sand King tries to set up until the end. This Nightmare was actually really clean, though.
That was sick. Very stoic of him.
Ha, Based. No, Based isn't casting today, but but it's still not done.
Kiyotaka. He's committing hard, but I guess he does it. He's got the regen rune too, right? So
I mean,
we'll
yeah,
run out just at the end. So that's pretty value. He had no life at the start of all that.
because with that Sand King kill, one thing I wanted to point out is you already mentioned how Alberca got solo XP to kill before and is really over-leveled, so killing him gave Sand King much needed XP and kind of caught up the XP to the Ember, whereas Muerta still just not having a game.
Radiant are scanning.
She's not really a hero that can be left alone. I think very much like some Drow Ranger in some ways like that. But she doesn't have that like really strong orb ability. Okay, nice arrow till the end. We won't talk about that one. That was embarrassing.
Ah, it happens.
Sometimes you miss the arrow on the stationary target. What can you do?
I mean, you can always blame it on ping, right? Like, Dota
That's
servers have
true.
been acting up all day, package loss and ping spikes. Because even playing on my local server, that's usually like a 10 ping when I played my morning pub, I had like over 100. And over on bottom lane, well, you can't blame this one on ping, because that's positioning.
True. Good try though.
Ooh, GZ, yeah, he gets Karma, but Terrorblade with the Sunder. says screw it, we keep going at the very least until the death shot arrives, as now it's Ember Spirit that has to push forward and try and secure this kill.
I like the TB grabs the Nightmare, just for that little bit of extra chance. You know, even if you don't get it, it's definitely the right play.
Yeah, the Nightmare there for sure, because like you gotta mitigate TB's damage. Even just being in the fight, even just being allowed to stand around, gives Terrorblade so much free damage output at this early stage when he has Metamorphosis. So I definitely agree with that, but it's a shame that they couldn't profit off the Bane ultimate, because they did have the Fiend's Grip after like the first kill in that team fight. But Bane, because he was fighting to stay alive, did not have mana when he finally hit that level 6 anymore, because he was being very conservative with his spells, right? Like he was actually just chilling, trying to hold mana for the ultimate. And there it is, beautifully used instead to kill the Terrorblade this time around.
Getting a little worried here for Power Rangers. This Sand King now has this Blink Dagger. Flying out to him right now, and the Courier Epicenter's up again. It might just be like go time for them.
I mean, I think so, because the early game is a lot more impactful this patch, but Syntax, they need to start snowballing this. Power Rangers, yeah, I'm a little bit worried as well, because that Terrorblade is the main person suffering. But if they just get that Terrorblade to that terrifying mid-game stage, where he's basically the farming speed of 2 carries with all of the illusions walking around the jungle, it's gonna be a massive difference maker.
100%. They just need to protect themselves right now as they're in a precarious position. Oh my goodness, the Epicenter though destroys them. Ember Kiyotaka barely able to escape away.
That was a really beautiful lick from the Cass. Like he straight up sacrificed himself to set up this extra kill and make sure that Ember and Mirana are really low health now, but a beautiful arrow.
Nice setup with the chains as well. So overall, I mean, not the worst trade for Power Rangers. It's still pretty bad, and it could get worse. But losing the TB once again feels absolutely awful. Murta's still behind the Terrorblade, though, so do with that what you will.
Yeah, it is a bit of a complicated constellation for this Muerta right now.
Why isn't she bottom? Why wasn't she bottom this entire time?
Well, if she's bottom, she dies. Like, Terrorblade is currently feeling the same thing. Both teams now have that really big target on the back of the enemy hard carry, right? So whoever shows in lane is immediately gonna get visited.
Well, I meant like during that whole like team fight. I feel like Letty was not bottom. There's no way that tower doesn't get pressured at all, right? Like,
I mean, how are you gonna pressure the tower? Because Muerta is doing.
You just walk up and click it, right? Like you just make the creep wave shove into it at least, or you pull, and you make sure that the wave comes back to you.
Oh, now that I agree.
You should set yourself up for success at least, right?
That I agree.
You have the free time bottom. You should do something. Something with it. I don't care what it is. If you want a ward bottom, God bless you. You know, like, whatever the thing is. Well, you are alone bottom to set yourself up for success. You should.
Honestly, no, I agree with that, because I don't think tower pushing is the right way. Like, Power Rangers, yeah, they're having a rough game, but they're only having a rough game because it's the TB that's not getting as much work done yet. Like, Bashka is still waiting for that critical momentum. Every other team fight, they are still terrifying. Like, they are the ones getting engaged on constantly, and they still get, like, kills, you know, trades out of those really bad situations for them because of all of that magical burst. And like you said, it's just a really easy to execute draft. Click your AoE abilities and make those work for you.
Hit your stun before the stun bar on the enemy goes down all the way.
Basically.
That's it. Will Wonder gets missed. Unfortunate. Epicenter doesn't, though. On to Immersion.
Not really doing a lot of work here as Ember Spirit trying to set up the turnaround. A beautiful arrow on the Muerta.
Oh,
but
what an arrow from the back line. They can't do any damage to her, though.
Maybe Bane trying to save her, but nope. Down goes the hard carry, and that will be Ember Spirit. Fiend Script up for that. Stoic once again doing the work, but at the cost of his life. As now with the still Metamorphosis up TB, they're looking for more, and Mikey may be that more as he tries to Burrow Strike away, manages to get out just barely.
Well, very well placed arrow from till the end. I
Oh,
did not see that arrow
reinitiation?
coming for a million years. Mikey,
We're
oh
still
my
not done.
goodness. The saving grace at this point.
Yeah,
Team
beautifully played.
syntax. Holy cow.
I think he
Really
wanted to go
pushing the
later.
limits.
He was waiting for the Terrorblade's metamorphosis to wear off, but then he saw they wanted to walk back, like, oh crap, they get out of there. Jump, and it worked. I'm so surprised that that worked, but it was beautiful.
Oh, emptiness. Hasn't had much luck on the Largo.
He does have the Sand King behind him at least. I'm not sure if they can turn this, but...
Mikey, my hero. Okay, well, maybe you needed to lick the Ember, not the Sand King, but nevertheless. There's the lick, there's the follow-up. Yotaka, where are your remnants, brother? You used all of them? To chase that Largo?
Yeah, he
That's
tried to burst
old.
him. He tried to burst the Largo before Largo pressed all of his heals and got like 300 health back.
Certainly bold.
I just don't think he was ready for Largo to have a full stick, plus all of the heals thanks to having that Soul Ring already. Because yeah, he's really poor. He's been having a super rough game. I completely agree with your assessment. However, I do think Emptiness has been playing accordingly really well, kind of going out of his way to get a late Soul Ring after already thinking he wouldn't have to.
He's being a nuisance on the map, which I think is pretty beneficial for his team right now too. Like, he is a hero that you do sort of have to deal with. And if he's left untouched for too long, will continue to become a menace in different ways for his, you know, you get, like, I don't know, I think Largo is one of the craziest heroes with X, for instance. This 15 talent on the hero is insane. And any, like, alone time you get to be able to use it, I feel like is so beneficial for him. Mirana is just absolutely cooked. You have an insane team that uses the Proc max health as damage. Muerta uses it very well, and Sand King uses it very well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was worth the epicenter for a support kill. But
Probably not.
are you still worried about Laney's net worth, or do you think he's standing to recover with that Maelstrom now finally almost completed? 'Cause I think like staying out of the lane was definitely the right move here, but I also agree that he should be like pulling a bit more, you know, keeping a little bit more control over his bottom lane. Because his net worth isn't really where it should be.
I don't think people think about pulling post laning stage enough in general. I think that is one of the best things you can do post lane. One of the favorite things I do after I push and take a tower, whether I'm pause 3 or pause 4, I take that safe lane tower, I pull the hard camp. I get that wave sent right back to me, right back to my tower. I don't know my they're carry farming deeper close to their tier 2. That's not safe for me to go. No way, Jose.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah,
Make them suffer further, you know?
I gotta say, like, you're kind of making me aware that I too, because, like, calling out the Muerta there, I completely agree with that assessment, but as a carry player myself, I too need to get used to pulling more into, like, the mid and late game. I think that's actually something really important to point out. Because I'm the kind of guy...
Manipulation always is going to be valuable, you know?
Yep. Definitely, because, like, I play those really slow heroes, like the Drow, like the PL, and I'm the kind of guy, I just want to push the tower and go and farm a stack as quick as possible. Meanwhile, it's this Underlord that's getting farms.
That is one of the really good things about this this Ringmaster hero as well. One of the few save heroes that just does so much damage. That was secure the kill on the Underlord with the help of him. Maybe Nightmare the Ringmaster? No, they got it on the Ember instead. Yotaka should be able to get this kill, maybe.
Nope.
No, he can't commit to it, and rightfully so. With the Muerta showing up, it is not worth the death again. You cannot afford to die like an animal using 3 remnants to try to kill a hero anymore.
At least he learned from his mistake before.
That's true.
It can be really good. No.
And he's getting a free meal with it as well. Maybe Jeezy, he doesn't want to let it go.
In comes the
Underlord
Underlord
has something
then.
to say about that one though. But Kiyotaka, he's here. Maybe they baited him too far, too deep. Maybe he hasn't learned his lesson.
Oh,
Meteor
but
Hammer
that's
connects
gonna
on
be a
just the
follow-up on
Underlord.
Oliver Cobb once again.
You can't make it through. No. So, he didn't die, but he did bait his team.
Yeah.
And they did get the Ringmaster, though. He got his man.
I mean, I'm not sure that's worth it. Like, all Remnants plus Underlord Ultimate?
And the Underlord heroes.
Oh, that's just adding insult to injury. But I think this is, like, going really, really well for Syntax right now. Still, I don't know how the game is gonna go, because both, like, we've talked about how well the Muerta has been making a comeback and how staying in the jungle has been paying off for her. Now it's TB who's doing the same thing.
Yeah, TV's needed this little bit of extra time. I will say, I think these heroes are generally ready at the same time, sort of heroes. Like, we're going to look for Roshan at around that maybe 25-minute mark, the way these heroes are farming. We're looking for something big around 25. You get your BKBs. The almost, like, I would say problem is the Sanking is so far ahead, but he doesn't do anything objective-wise. He doesn't necessarily enable you to take buildings unless you got big kills here with this DD, which
Well, that's
will
a big
absolutely
kill.
help you do.
That is definitely a big
Yeah.
kill. Kiyotaka does not get to press a single button, and now they want follow-up kills from this till the end. Makes it a double kill for the Muerta. And Keeper of the Light gets caught trying to teleport out. There's the big kills you wanted from Sand King.
Yep. I mean, he enables you to take these fights, right? And so you need to look for the opportunities to do this. And letting a Muerta join in is like the cherry on top, That is best case scenario.
Yeah,
You still don't take any, objectives that don't respawn, but you'll take the ones that do for sure. Any hero kill, especially on Ember Spirit, is beneficial for you.
For sure, especially because Muerta really needs those stacks. Like, they make up most of her proper scaling. Oh, speaking of scaling, Vashka, just as we talk about how well he's farming, he's gone on, but with a beautiful Sunder keeps himself alive. Ringmaster, though, will prevent him from getting any of those kills anyways. As that's the Terrorblade going down, and I don't think this trade is really gonna be worth it for Power Rangers, even if it's a 2-for-2.
It is nice that they get at least something out of it, because TV's dead there anyways.
I mean,
You might
I
as well
guess,
find some sort of value.
but that Sunder looked so beautiful. Like, for a moment, I was like, okay, it's gonna be one of those carry versus carry games, and then Terrorblade just melted.
Yeah. They don't really care about his armor. No one on Team Syntax really gives a crap.
Yep. Again, at some point, like, I think this Underlord, if he goes for a pipe, it's gonna be such a game changer. It's literally gonna be like, oh, where did all of our damage go? But
Yeah, I know it's such an item of the past at this point, but this has to be the game for it,
well, I don't think pipe is an item of the past. I just think the issue with pipe right now, like the reason why so few people build it, 'cause it's still a really good item in the games where you can get away with building it. But it's a support item instead of like a tank item nowadays, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. I think yeah.
Because I hate to say it, and I hate BKB on any hero that isn't the mid laner pretty much, because the mid lane is the one that makes momentum, and building BKB on a carry feels like something that the enemy forces you to do. Building BKB on an offlaner feels like something that just screws over your team, right? But the pipe isn't good enough. It doesn't let you win the lane like it used to, because pipe used to be this item where if you go Vanguard into pipe, which was such a classic build, by the time you start assembling the pipe, you just can't get ganked anymore. Like, oh, you have like the mana resistance part of your pipe. Well, you can't get ganked anymore. And that's no longer the case. So offlaners just suffer.
That's been I think the constant in Dota 2 is the carries just suffer. Or the carries, the offlaners just suffer. Nothing will ever change. Or the carries and the mids prosper,
Yep. It is called the hard lane for a reason. And I don't mind. I just really hope that somehow people can figure out the new build order for the pipe. Because look at all of the other magic resists that Power Rangers are currently building. They got a Glimmer Cape on the Keeper of the Light to protect people from that burst damage. They got a BKB queued up on the Underlord so that he can survive if he's gone on by the Muerta. Everything they're building is very much centered on survive against all of that magical damage.
Yeah, I guess the idea too is like, Pipe's just a weird item in general because it sometimes just doesn't feel enough on like your team. I don't know.
Well, I feel like it's the cores. I feel like on cores it
Yeah.
doesn't feel enough anymore, just ever. Because if you got greedy,
Yeah, that's fair.
greedy, tanky position 4s, those are where I like the pipe, like Clockwork. Think of a Clockwork 4, right? If you see your Clockwork
True.
4 is 2 and nothing, build a pipe. In a game like this, at least, where, you know, 80% of the damage you're taking is magical anyways. But build
Yeah.
a pipe, and if you don't fall off on your, like, 2 and nothing, 2 to nothing, position 4 Clockwork, you go, like, 3 and 1 by the time you have your pipe. Easy. You can now carry your team from the support position. But offlaners don't do that. Like, even if you win your lane perfectly, even if you shitstomp the enemy carry and you rush that pipe in a game like this, that's all magical damage, you're still not guaranteed to win the next team fight. And that's where I, in my opinion at least, from like a carry player's perspective, feel that pipe not being good enough that you're describing comes from.
Those
Those are always going to be overshadowed by BKB.
Sadly,
But
because
it stood strong for a while, you know? And maybe that feeds into it too. Because people are just sick and tired of it.
well, either sick and tired of it, or it's the opposite, where people are so spoiled. Wait, speaking of spoiled, Ember Spirit, he finally gets that perfect initiation on the backlines that he keeps sacrificing all his remnants to look for. This time with a Haste Rune and the BKB, 3 people are running through this one hero, but it will eventually be too late as his backup catches up, and now it's just slaughter. Sand King trying to turn it around with the BKB, and he's, well, maybe enables the Muerta to get away, I guess. Oof.
Maybe.
Oh, nicely played by the Muerta. It's gonna be enough. Ooh.
Nice.
That was
That arrow
scary.
was heat-seeking. This is just the ease of the draft coming in, I feel like, for Power Rangers. They literally, the fight starts with like a 4-man pit from the Ags. And if they follow up with Ember just running at them like an animal, like like in the best way. You know, like,
Oh,
no
yeah.
thoughts, right? Because there doesn't need to be any. You have your entire team behind you, and no one in Syntax is in any position to do anything because after they got 5-man pitted, they spread out. And 2 people went up the high ground, 2 people took the river down. You're like, well, like, easy peasy. I'm just gonna kill the one in front of me, and then pick my poison to whatever other 2 I want to join off onto.
Yeah, the thing is, Emptiness was in a really bad position, because we've talked about how much work this Largo was slowly starting to do. But if he's not in the center of the team fight, able to heal everybody up, it simply won't be enough. As not 1 but 2 support kills will be found over on the bottom lane. And while it is just these supports, losing both of them to a Muerta who gets some stacks out of that is not good.
Yeah, I guess Power Rangers thought the game was getting too boring. I'm not too sure the idea was there. It's just farm the weird parts of the map, which is fine, but maybe not both supports. Underlord, Epi, lots of damage, Alberca, BKB, but it does not matter.
Bash kind of decent position, but I don't think they have the catch to get more than maybe Jeezy.
Oh, nice Manta dodge from the TV. Oh, that's certainly an ultimate.
Yeah.
That is one of, if not the ultimate of all time.
I mean,
Wow.
you can see both sides have been making mistakes this series, because I feel like both sides are super respectful of their opponents and kind of, you know, scared of what they may do. And because of that, like, both teams press their ultimates really early and just shoot first, ask questions later. We see that in Ember Spirit, like you said, running at backline is like an animal. Whether it succeeds or whether he has to run out with his last remnant again, he tries. And Mirana too, with that ultimate, whether it's a like turnaround or it's just a guaranteed getaway, it's at least trying something with it. Now whether it's good enough or not, I don't know, because Syntax, they have way harder to execute draft, but they also have the Epicenter, they also have that Largo, who last fight couldn't matter because of his positioning, but if he's in the middle of your entire team healing and buffing them, it's a whole different beast again.
Yeah, the fights need to center around, and I mean, maybe even start on Largo. And just have your team, like, focus in around him. Or alternatively, start on... start as the Sand King. And you be the one to take the initiative to start the fight. You can be used. Yotaka.
No, this is the time where Power Rangers need to be careful, because Ember does die really quickly. But I'm not sure if Syntax have enough information to really do much with this, because they are being aggressive off the back of that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That's a big tool to not be able to, play with here.
That it is,
They're still
though.
gonna Moonlight Shadow.
The vision has been placed excellently, and this Mirana ultimate just says nope.
Wow, that is a insanely quick BKB TP.
I
Respect,
mean,
though, it's respect.
yeah, that's what I mean. Both teams just don't want to be the first to make the mistake. I get that it's kind of, not so fun to watch for chat if everybody just presses their ultimates and BKBs and runs away. But there's a good reason they do, because if we do get that big 5v5 everybody full commits team fight, it will be insanity, and every small mistake can cost you the game.
And Power Rangers are going to force one of those mistakes right here, right now. No BKB on Ember, but also no BKB on Sand King, so even playing grounds.
We'll see whether they succeed, because the ease of execution has been a theme throughout this first game of the series.
This is a beautiful hill to die on. If you could choose any hill, this would be it. Worker just walks in. Why not?
I mean, this is exactly what he intends. Bait out those big ultimates and press BKB. He's succeeding at that. But I don't think he accounted for his Mirana dying there.
No, I don't think so. There's a regen rune in the back here. Yotaka will bottle it up.
Oh, terrible.
They have the TP isolated.
Oh, nice. He cannot ultimate here, and Ember's Bird immediately wants to punish. Once again, beast mode engaged. BKB comes out. Backliner dead. BKB teleport away. Syntax, that was beautiful.
It was a mixture of very good from Syntax and some really bad decision making from Power Rangers too. That was very surprising to me. They all back up around this regen rune on Power Rangers. And TB goes, yes, I'm going to walk in, and then takes the high ground up to the Radiant side. And question mark, profit? I don't know. Like, he just gets gripped. And then everyone on Syntax turns around because they go, oh, it's a free piece of candy.
Yeah.
Their carry offers themselves upon to me.
Speaking of free pieces of candy, though, Sand King needs to be careful not to become one either. But with the Mirana ultimate, Alberca can be saved and just walks away like it's nothing.
Roshan is up, alive, available, and well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The rune of regeneration.
He's got a banner in his pocket, and he's happy to see you.
Speaking of that banner, like, super creeps and mega creeps are gonna be so hard to defend for either side, which I think is another reason for that insane respect. But that last team fight, Mirana literally only died due to over-respecting their opponents. So this time around we're seeing a setup from the Bane ultimate on the Keeper of the Light and Keeper of the Light. A better kill to offer up than the Terrorblade, but it still looked really free.
Arguably you're getting more, but maybe it's enough for Roche. He's got Basher now on Sand King, and Yeah, easy peasy. Into the pits they go, Syntax.
I don't think there's gonna be a contest. Is there?
No, absolutely not. It's way too late, even if they, even if they wanted to.
But not even a return torment or anything.
Yeah. The Power Rangers, I feel like, aren't playing the game. I'm not sure what started happening here. But they've been making, like, very poor choices for the past, like, 5 or so minutes, I feel like.
As over on the mid lane, though. Every time Power Rangers do have all of their resources, all of those big ultimates, they try to commit them. This time around, they find Largo first, which is one of the best targets to start a fight up on. But we're gonna see Muerta try and retaliate. Can she do it? Blaney, I'm not so sure. Because he presses all of his resources very, very early into the fight. And with the Mirana ultimate, with the Metamorphosis, Terrorblade wants to turn this if he can. A beautiful Wheel of Wonder at least prevents the catch for now. Jeezy has been found. So Jeezy is probably gonna die for this. Maybe not if Bashka messes up the Manta style dodge, but nah, no help.
No, Jeezy. A good fight for Power Rangers, though. Finally, things come together. All it takes is killing the Largo.
Yeah, if you can start up a fight and kill the Largo first, that's like half of the team fight gone. Just obliterated with one single kill. Now, Largo is very tanky and it took them a while to kill him, but being able to close out that job forced Muerta to pretty much waste her ultimate plus BKB combo.
That's the main goal, right? And I feel like that's always going to be Muerta's weakness, is that you press ulti, and they run away from you. And I mean, there's other heroes with that issue too. Right? Like they just run away. It's like, okay, and now you die because you don't do enough damage anymore without it, and you've probably used your BKB in that point too. So, have fun.
Yeah, that's why I've been like waiting for the pipe that we're apparently not gonna see all game, but instead they did go with like Guardian Greaves, 3 freaking BKBs, because apparently like if all the cores have BKBs you can't kill them anyways. And Keeper of the Light also, Glimmer Cape, Holy Locket. This man is all about just keeping people alive through those Muerta ultimates. It's working well, but I wonder if a Skadi is gonna come out, or a Shivas, or maybe even both, kind of make that healing a lot less valuable.
I don't think Shivas does heal reduction anymore. I think it's literally just AoE increase and slow. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shivas got nerfed, but the Skadi still does. Like Skadi and
Skadi still does. I like that there's less things now, actually. But I would like maybe something else that isn't Shiva's. I don't know. A new item. It's just weird because it's only Vessel, and Vessel falls off so hard. And like Vessel Scotty. You Witchblade, I don't know. This is a great setup if they can get the Largo once again. Oh, what a pit. Force BKBs from everyone.
Till the end
in.
That, but look at the Slaughter with a mega kill streak, with an unstoppable streak, and Stoic in the corner getting ran down, but it is not over yet if Kiyotaka isn't careful. Ooh. Way too close for comfort, as Alberca will just sacrifice himself for his Ember Spirit, but Ember is now going to be tasked with defending this high ground against what looks like a really scary push.
It's so funny too, because once again, TB walks up and just gets absolutely obliterated. Didn't even get Fiend's Grip this time. Just walked up, looked at Muerta, and immediately died, because this hero hits like a truck right now. And there was, we talk all about respect for like 10 minutes, and I am seeing no respect being shown to this Muerta hero. You are past the point of no return. This hero hurts. You need to respect the ultimate. When she pops it, you need to leave.
I mean, they did press the BKBs against it, and for a moment it looked like it could work out. The only problem is that, like, the BKBs end and everybody melts like they're made out of butter against a hot knife.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to just full disengage. And it's like, it's so boring because that's how you, like, you're constantly gonna have to play your team fights like that. But it sucks to suck. You know, if you want to win a game of Dota 2, you got to make hard choices sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know, it's the Muerta hero that sucks. I can't say it often enough. It used to be one of my favorite heroes, one of my kind of spam picks. And you're right, sucks to suck. Give me back good Muerta. I miss that hero, I like that hero. I just don't like what she does. I just don't like how she plays at all.
This is not a go at all. Just trying to force abilities out, and I guess Wheel is a useful spell to get forced out, but not that big of a deal, in my opinion. The Wheel of Wonder. It's just an okay ability. It's just because it's so hard to land. It's too good of an ability if it was so easy to land. It would be way too good if you could just point click.
Oh yeah, that would be like a ranged Tidehunter ultimate at that point.
Yeah. I like the way I like the way that it is.
I do wish that it had a little bit better scaling, because it does feel like at level 20, level 25, it's a bit too weak for my tastes. But up until level 20 or 25 even, it's perfectly balanced. I will agree with that.
Muerta has Conjurer's Catalyst too. With the Largo buff as well, which is buffing the Catalyst as well as all of her damage. This is gonna be insane. Once again, percentage health if Largo took the right talent. Percentage health he did. Percentage health on Catchy, or not Catchy, like on the Croak. So anytime Muerta's croaked up on this is a Saturday? Croaked up on a Saturday. She's gonna do like insane damage, more so than she already, is. Maybe even become problematic outside of it just because of the Mjolnir bounces and, just being a decent turret even outside the ultimate now, because she's got so much damage and so much attack speed. Especially with that Swift Blink coming in soon. She's gonna be problematic. I mean, she's already problematic. More problematic.
Yeah, anything can happen here, because on the one hand, we could see Muerta once again get forced into a really early defensive BKB, because the damage is there's no arguing with that. But whether you can actually right-click, whether you can actually get the time frame and the opening to put that damage on target, I don't know, and this is exactly what I mean. Muerta, in a world of hurt, a nice save from the Bane, but they will have to use all of their defensive abilities on her immediately, just to stand a chance of fighting this Ember Spirit feed script up. Sand King presses the BKB, runs away, but with an Aghanim Scepter catch from the Underlord. Once again, in comes the cleanup squad from Alberca, getting Mikey down. Everybody else trying to reset, regroup, as Largo in a really bad spot now, trying to fight up with the Lick, with the Croak, with the BKB even, but decides nope. Run and TP away.
Oh no. Oh, just barely. Wow, that was one of the better timed TPs I've seen. Oh no, and I've got even worse news.
Oh, what is it?
Roshan just respawned.
Oh no.
Syntax, they were doing so well for so long. And with this Roshan spawn, I mean, it's very early. I don't know if they're beelining toward it. They have to know that he's going to be up soon. And, it's just absolutely disgusting. They roll the dice. He's up super early. Without Sand King. They can't. They can't do anything about it on Syntax.
I don't even think it's a roll of the dice, because the previous Roshan, they also contested it really early. I think it's really more of a, we gotta contest Roshan when we can, but we can't take any risk whenever we do so kind of situation.
More roll the dice if he's up yet or not,
Fair enough.
I do like how early Power Rangers are prioritizing securing Roshan area, though.
For sure, because they're not taking many risks. They're being very safe about the way they're playing this, and it keeps paying off.
but also I feel like they haven't prioritized Tormentor in the same way, you know. So
Agreed.
maybe they pick your battles, I guess. You know, they're trying to not spread themselves too thin here.
Well, the last Tormentor, however, like, the one at bottom was pretty much free, while the Roshan at 30 minutes was being done, and nobody took that. That was one of those disappointing things, similar to how Muerta hasn't been pulling as much as she should have on her own lane.
Dire are scanning.
Just hanging out inside the pit. What are we? Okay, just watching Kiyotaka, you know, bob in and out of the Roche pit. Hey, is he up again? Guys, did we stack Roshan? No. No,
Man, that would be
Kiyotaka.
such a cool mechanic. I think you should make that a thing.
Are scanning.
Stack Roche.
Stacking Roshan.
Yes.
It's like a minuscule, like it's like such a small window. Oh, they caught the Ringmaster. Good hero to get on.
If they can
Their
finish the
saves here.
job.
That's a little bit of their control as well.
Ringmaster taken. Ember Spirit gets Fiend Script, but will immediately be saved. As Mirana instead picked off as now Ember Spirit. I get running at them again, beast mode, and hit the backline so your Terrorblades arrive. Now this Terrorblade and Ember need to do so much work. They're trying to, by going on the Bane first, taking out the Nightmare and Bane dead. Not enough yet, but if they get Emptiness, it will be. And Emptiness with the Nullifier. Oh no. Buyback force from the Bane. Terrorblade, however, as long as this Metamorphosis stays active, he's just unbeatable. And
Oh my god.
that was a surprising really fast GG, but we both did expect this to... Well, it's not GG yet. Muerta's actually refusing to give up. We'll get
Good.
one kill.
Good. The game is not over by any means. With how quickly the game turned around to begin with, of course, something like this could just happen. Now, it does need to be careful. That's just you know, die right here, but... With Ember coming back, no way. They want the Muerta.
Oh no, GG's. I know they're not gonna call it yet, but this is GG's. Like, Muerta is just not having the stacks that she needs to deal damage against 3 BKBs coming out every single team fight.
Just have that buyback and another ult in like 15 seconds.
Listen, even if they get 5 people back, it's GG. That's how Muerta works. She went from, like, I don't
Yeah.
know how much it was, but it was over 20 supernatural stacks. Or like, yeah, it was over 20 because she didn't get all the assists, but she had like 16, 17 for most of the game, and now she's at 7. You just lost over 15% of your carry's damage output with that death.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
buy back the Muerta, maybe you can get 5 stacks back, assuming you get a perfect setup, you get a perfect team fight, then you've got half the damage that you just lost back from winning an entire team wipe. That's how bad Muerta is at coming back from this scenario, and this is why I hate to play her. Because I used to love Muerta as a hero so much, I have really fond memories of like jumping into the backlines, BKB ultimate, and team wiping from like the supports,
Tower is under attack.
but she just can't. I think this was like a really good Muerta game though.
Yeah, it's a fun idea. It's executed poorly. You know, it's like galvanized stack, right? Like I think it's a good idea, executed better.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle
Well,
tower
everybody is already talking about the post-TI patch because this has been more of a cleanup patch, right? And a lot of things have just been made so that we're gonna be playing Dota like this for a month or two, and then the post-TI patch comes out. But Terrorblade, how did they just kill him so quickly? That was insane. Fiend Script, that reverb combo with the Muerta coming in, Sand King Burst, Ringmaster percentage-based damage, all put on the carry so that he can't even press BKB in time. Holy crap.
They're still in it. I ain't hear no bell.
I mean,
You see
yeah.
they all have buyback too, right? Well, not all of them. Most of them. Sand King almost has his. I'll count that one.
Sand King dealt a lot more damage than the Muerta did, but I didn't hear no bell is about accurate, because all that damage, it didn't come from the Merit, and I was really confused where it came from. It came from the epicenter. He had an epicenter with those extra right clicks and a Skull Basher in their melee range. So that's where all of that freaking damage came from out of nowhere.
That's I think pretty much exactly what they need to happen for the rest of the game. However long this game, continues to go on for. They need to continue. I would honestly maybe just start croaking the Sand King.
Yeah, that last fight they should have. I think they could have genuinely had another free kill if they had croaked the Sand King. But also, like, you never know, right? One of the two is gonna be disabled completely, basically, when they try to initiate either the Sand King or the Muerta, and you never know who the enemy is gonna focus with all of the resources, basically.
Weird spot for Power Rangers now. They want to try to find something, but they got to be careful about it. They see someone bottom. They saw the Sand King. That's as close to a green light as you're going to get at the moment.
Yeah, but I don't know. Because the resources are there.
Oh.
I don't see a clean initiation attempt for either team because of how bad the vision is right now.
Largo no BKB. That's something.
That is
A double Daedalus just got
something.
finished. Is that Sand King and Muerta both finishing one? Did I see two Daedaluses?
What? Sand King?
Muerta's had one though, right? I'm not.
I mean,
crazy,
yeah, Muerta's
right?
had it for a while, but Sand King I did not expect.
Sand King definitely just bought one. That one's for sure. I thought I saw one before that too, but I think I'm just crazy, which is okay. I've come to.
No,
I've
I
come
think
to
Muerta had
accept
the
that.
whatchamacallit. Like, Muerta had the Crystallis for a while, and I'm not sure when she
Oh,
upgraded
okay.
to Daedalus, but like she has been having like small crits for at least
Yeah.
before selling her boots and stuff.
Radiant are scanning.
I think it was small crits, sell the boots, buy Satanic, finish the Daedalus.
And she really does not need boots with Swiftling.
Yep.
And once she uses that Swiftling, she gets in the fight, she's not going anywhere. She wants to sit right there and 8-click the ground.
More importantly as well, all of the supernatural stacks that she has been losing are kind of going to be compensated for by the crits if she's just lucky enough. Because that damage has always got to come from somewhere.
Feel how tense the game state is right now. These teams are just sort of circling around each other. Both of them know where each other are, or at least have a good idea.
Yep, and Ember is trying to set up, but they only find the Cass, and even with the Nullifier, they know better than to go on him, because then if the Muerta's on the high ground, you're just gonna die. The thing is, though, it's been like that since the drafting stage. It's just that now, like, everybody watching is really feeling this tension. Because even in the draft, there was a lot of respect bans. Like, we literally had the second ban be one of Power Rangers' most played heroes.
I could just playing with him down there. Yeah, I guess he is. Okay, fair enough. I just don't want Kiyotaka to use his BKB if he doesn't have to. He's been playing with them outside of their base for a while now, and it scares me.
With the Nullifier, it's fine. He does have a gem, so he is very, very confident in his abilities to juke everyone. But as long as he's got the Nullifier plus BKB, he's never ever gonna die. Meanwhile, everybody else from Power Rangers grouping up in the triangle, but I don't think that's the way, because the vision is there, and the attempt for a wraparound is being made by this Radiant side. Uh-oh. Laney, he's looking so hard for this initiation angle, but also needs to be kind of careful. Instead, it's coming in from behind, but no, there's Fiend's Gates with pits everywhere, and it's still no initiation. Ember, once again, just trying to bait something, did manage to force the BKB out from the Muerta, though, and now, with the Muerta having shown her BKB, Kiyotaka trying to get onto Sand King, but Sand King, guess what? Even if you're magic immune, Skull Basher still works. beautiful wheel as well.
Stop the fight completely with the wheel. And still, no one's dead. What the heck?
I mean,
Ah.
respect. That's the theme of the first game. Both teams respecting each other so much, they're making mistakes out of it. Both teams respecting each other so much, we can have a full 1 minute of breathtaking team fight, and nobody dies, and everybody decides to walk back. However, Roshan being pressured by Power Rangers is gonna mean we're gonna see another fight immediately, with Largo trying to go in. Ember Spirit poking up the high ground, making space, losing a lot of his health and dying to the crits. Ember Spirit traded for the Aegis. He's gonna buy back once again and jump to that Remnant, trying to set up on the Muerta. Muerta, Nullifier, taking percentage-based damage, rooted up. Stoic goes down, Laney goes down, but they do have buybacks. Still no Bell, my friend. Still no GG's in chat.
Oh heavens, no, not yet.
Because that fight was terrible. I don't think they should have contested Roche there, but I also think they...
It was incredibly forced. The scary part now is like they have this very brief window. Oh, it's like 5 seconds. I thought it was a bit longer. I misread it. I thought it was like 15 seconds with no Muerta. It's up now. It should be fine. They do need to do something soon though, and here it is, the jump in.
Epicenter deals so much damage. Underlord melted. Ember Spirit needs to be careful as well. However, this is the last lane of Rax, and Muerta's not the greatest hero at defending against Megas, even though she is a very great turret, but she's so easy to get jumped in doing so. And speaking of jumps, Mikey first, at least he has a buyback, but is it gonna matter?
Radiant structures are fortified.
Nope. Muerta nullified just to
No.
make a little bit more time.
Oh man, it's I there's like that part of me that still wants Syntax to do well, and there's still a shred of opportunity. The Muerta ult is up again.
They need to do it right now though. If they are forced to defend against Megas, Muerta becomes way too easy of a target, because she clears the Megas really well, but she's so easy to jump with this lineup, with the Underlord ultimates and what have you. And even here, Laney is gonna show that. The moment that, like, he has so much damage, he has so much teamfight, but the moment that he gets gone on, he has no way of coming back.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
All the
They're gonna
voice
make
lines
them do
being
it the hard
spammed
way.
out, but Sand King, he just goes in. He's like, nah, it ain't
He has
over till
faith.
it's over.
Oh.
Finally.
What's that? Hold on, I think I hear the bell. I think I finally have heard the bell. Oh my goodness.
Only
Hey,
for game number 1 though, my friend.
That's right.
Only
That's
for
right.
game number
Syntax
1.
made them work for it. What a phenomenal start of the day. Phenomenal first little series here. Oh man.
Yeah, that was a really good opening for this first series, even though I will say it was very slow, very methodical Dota for the first 30 minutes or so, just because nobody dared to make a move. And I think the last, like, 15 minutes of the game proved why most of this game nobody dared to do anything pretty much, because the moment they did, like, even just messing up how you go back on that Mirana from the Sand King ultimate will result in a death, will result in a massive, like, swing around of the momentum.
Yeah, I think that goes to show, specifically despite, you know, maybe being in the middle of the pack, Syntax, how, you know, strong all of these teams here are at EPL Masters, right? And how close in skill, even the top dog like Power Rangers with, you know, like very recognizable players on their team, they can still lose games. They can still lose series to these, you know, these teams that have been grinding here for a long time.
Oh yeah, experience matters, but one of the things that, like, the last few patches, ever since the last TI pretty much, so for 1 year now almost, the patches feel like they always kind of intentionally make certain heroes more or certain heroes less viable, right? So that really good players suddenly go from like tier 1 to tier 2 or vice versa because of how much of their hero pool is now viable or
Yeah.
non-viable. And Laney, he's a prime example of that because again, he played the Muerta so insanely well and made a hero that's never getting picked and never wins games this patch actually look kind of doable.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely still had like the glaring issues of Muerta being Muerta, but other than that, I mean, it was a phenomenal performance from Syntax in general. Mistakes from both sides, and Power Rangers were just able to capitalize on it just a little bit easier.
And they do get to take the game number 1 of it for now. But ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna head to a break, and then if the second game is gonna be just as close as this one, anything can still happen because it is a best of 3. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. We'll be right back with more amazing Dota 2 action here at the EPL Masters. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back, acting like we haven't been discussing this first pick Lena for the last 2 minutes already as we're waiting to jump on in. But yeah, Crasheroni and I are having a great time, even though it is a bit of a strange game in what we saw the first one. That's just the Muerta factor, and we both looked really disgusted when the Muerta last pick came out. So hopefully these drafts are going to be a bit more well-rounded, a bit better, because that's really where my issues stem from.
Yeah, for sure. I think we were both surprised and also fully whelmed by the Muerta. It did better, I think, than expected, or looked good despite the the downsides of the hero. But then also had the glaring downsides of the hero put into full effect. So it is what it is, and hopefully Synapse have sort of learned from the we can't have heroes with glaring downsides like Muerta anymore, and this leads them to maybe a potential wind pause 1. They could pause for the wind as well, I guess, but it's an okay hero against Lena. Buys BKB pretty early.
But
Doesn't really care about the Lena right clicks.
Yeah, but what about the Lena too? Because I think the idea with this Wind Ranger is you gotta put her where the Lena goes, right? Like, you need the Wind Ranger to kind of outlane the Lena. So now Power
Yeah.
Rangers, they're hesitating. They're using up a lot of reserve time. And I think they're currently asking, like, hey guys, how are we gonna keep this Lena from laning against the Wind Ranger? Are we just gonna make her a support? Because that's also an option now that you instantly see the counter pick come out.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume that you shove the Lena mid, and you make like depending on what Synapse do with their draft here. If you shove Lena mid, Synapse might be forced to run Sand King mid, or really screw with their lanes.
Yeah.
If they pick a 3 here, like a true let's say like a Centaur or something. I know it's banned, but like a Tide Hunter or something, some true pause 3 hero, they might get screwed draft wise. So they need to be careful.
That's the true pause 3 hero.
Yeah.
So
well, I meant for Synapse, the true pause 3.
Yeah, though
if they take something there, they're stuck.
I do think X would have been one of the few plus 3s that would have worked for Synapse here, compared to, like you mentioned, the Tide Hunter. Centaur has already been banned out, so that's no longer an option. Like, all the ones that wouldn't work are now off the table, and one of the ones that would work has gone to Power Rangers, so I don't think Syntax are happy about that. Synapse. Man, this is like the second time they changed their name, and again, it's got something to do with the original Syntax team name being like split between, I think, an orc and a player or something like that. But now they're Synapse, so if we call Synapse Syntax by accident or vice versa, that is currently the same team, but judging that they do have to name change, there may be another team called Syntax in the future. What do you make of the Grandma?
Got a love-hate relationship with Grandma. I used to play Snapfire a lot. Used to play Snapfire mid back when, like when no one was playing in mid.
That's respectable.
Even when like full bore facet was still a thing, and then this one guy, I don't know if you've heard of him. It was some streamer. I think his name is Thompson or something like that. He played at mid, and all of a sudden everyone lost their damn minds. And people started crunching the numbers and actually looking at it and trying it themselves. And it ruined the fun for me. It ruined the fun for any support Snapfire enjoyer out there just trying to have a good time. No, not allowed, because everyone's going to show the glaring issues with Snapfire doing giga damage and having a busted ultimate and the shard doing too much damage. Now no one gets to have any fun because of you dang mid laners.
I actually can kind of relate. Nah, like, the fun, this is the thing, I like Dota being a really competitive game, and I like Dota, like, mattering so much, but remember 10 years ago, the rule of thumb for pro players was, other than having to counter certain things, like, Nullifier for BKB, or, I don't know, Dispel for Ethereal, that kind of thing. Other than countering certain things, the build doesn't matter, and you're supposed to play with whichever items are comfortable, right? As long as you have, like, those 2 or 3 items that you cannot skip a certain game. And nowadays, like you said, the fun is getting optimized out of every build. Like, let's say I'm playing PL in my pubs, and I'm like, oh, well, I know like the Fuser Blade doesn't work on my illusions anymore, but there's a lot of dispel need that I have. I'm still gonna go for the Fuser Blade. My guy, I'm gonna get reported. I may even get to low prio.
Yeah.
That game, 7 people reported me, and I'm not high MMR. I'm like, freaking Crusader Archon level, let's just say. Because I have been on a losing streak, but I can't escape the Archon, man.
I don't know, this was probably 10 years ago now, actually, around that time. I got just sick and tired. I literally, I don't think I've really played rank since. Got really tired of being like a little 2K Andy. So I spammed Drow. Whenever Drow could one-shot Ancients with marksmanship,
Oh,
like
yeah.
one-shot, like just creeps, that's when I spammed Drow. Gained like 2K MMR in like 2 weeks. It was insane. The hero was busted.
Yeah,
Speaking of busted,
I had that a couple of times as well, and like every time I do that, I'm close to escaping Archon, but then you reach that point where one hero is gonna be guaranteed banned every single pub game because it's that meta. And that's screwed
yeah.
me over. Like that's a large reason of why I can't escape Archon. But also, to go back to talking about the game at hand, you did perfectly call the Necrophos, I would just like to say.
They needed something gross and something that's going to carry them in fights and actually like draw attention. Because the second Axe Call ends, they are no longer hitting Axe. They don't want anything to do with him. They need someone to take pressure off their turret, which is going to be Lena, and their bombardment of Snapfire globs. So I think Necro's like that nice little slot in hero and doesn't really care about wind, doesn't necessarily care too much about Pango. Sand King's a little scary. But other than that, I do think once again Power Rangers have a not just a simpler draft, but I think just a bit of a better draft.
Yeah, agreed. And I'm kind of sad to both hear that and have to agree with that as well. Because I really want that game number 3. I think Synapse, they made a crap hero like Muerta work well enough that I'm now, like, I kind of have high expectations of them. But I don't think this draft is going to deliver. Because everything up until Emptiness's last pick looked so good, in my opinion. Like, I really loved this Venge follow-up so you can swap into the Epicenter so you can keep your Wind Ranger safe. But I
Well,
don't
so
know.
keep in mind it is a pause 1 Venge.
Yeah, I know, but while I like the +1 Laney Venge, I don't think they have an answer to the Lina now. Like, how are you gonna answer the Lina unless you can
Yeah.
perfectly swap her into like a Blink
Yeah.
Dagger Rolling Thunder or something like that?
Yeah, it's not. But and then you're also in probably a poor position now because you've swapped Alina.
Oh boy.
You probably yourself
No brains.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. Like, I feel like, I don't know, Bashka is gonna have an okay game simply because Power Rangers, they called the who's gonna play which role, right? And they called Laney being the one position correctly. And I don't mind that part. Again, I think the last pick paired with the correct call is what's coming in and screwing them here. Because imagine you call correctly, hey, this Venge was a 1 position, but the last pick is then a hard Lina counter, right? So that Venge can actually just focus on doing her thing and somebody else, like the mid laner, is the one countering Lina. That's now not the case, because I know Pango can gank the Lina really, really well in a vacuum. But there's a Snowball, there's a Cookie, there's a Necrophos, and suddenly it becomes a lot harder to do so.
It's not going to be a free game in any way, shape, or form. But the same thing can be said for the Power Ranger side too, right? Like Synapse really made them work for it, really made them sweat in game number 1. I have yet to see a pause 1 Venge look anywhere close to decent. So hopefully maybe things change right here and right now.
Yeah, there was one really good Venge game in the TI. I think it was TI qualifiers, either that or the other big tournament at the time, but a few weeks ago, where like that made Venge 1 so popular and every team insists on picking it now. But
Yeah.
It can work, and it never does, because every time that it works, it gets called correctly. Nobody picks Vent as a support right now, so if you see the Vent, you have a really easy time saying, yep, that's their hard carry, that's the person we need to counter. Dudai and I had that conversation not too long ago, actually, because Slark is my favorite hero of all time, but he feels similar this patch, where he can be a really good hero, but you cannot pick Slark this patch unless it's at last pick. Like, just like PL, oh, it's a free Slark game, or you don't pick Slark.
XM's been putting in work on the Slark, been picking a mid against Ember Spirits.
Yeah,
Pretty
but
funny.
that's like a direct counter pick.
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
have been saying that for years, and I'm so glad people finally realize. Because I play carry.
It looks really good.
I used to hate playing mid lane, and I still do, because people on mid are so much sweatier than me, right? I don't optimize my items. I just want to play fun items plus the 1 or 2 mandatory things on every hero.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, haha, look, I have the pro player build for this exact hero matchup pulled up. Oh, Laney, though.
Uh-oh. Didn't this happen in game 1?
Yep. Perfect carbon copy. In game 1, it was a bit of a mess up, because in game 1, there was a support with Laney trying, like, it was the opposite way around, of course. Like, there was a support with,
Oh, that's right.
Bashka.
It was the Mirana. And then
And the Mirana
runs
messed
away.
up, and that's why the carry ended up dying instead of the
Yes.
support. And here, there is no support that can even mess up. So I do think we need to start making sense of this laning stages over on bottom lane. The insane aggression from the Tusk Lina combo already comes out, almost gets a first blood, Emptiness heals through it, and now both of them get harassed really low instead. Jeezy committing with the wind run to try and get the Lina, but... Oh! Holy crap.
Oh, so close.
He should have died there in my opinion. Then again, perfect stick press mid swashbuckle. That's impressive.
I love watching heroes be pushed to the limits. It happens, most of the time in the mid lane. But
Yeah.
it's always nice to see, 4 heroes in the side lane be less than 200 health.
I mean, especially for the Lina, because Lina is such a boring to watch hero. Like, we've talked about that before the game, but I hate the Lina. Not to play against, just to watch, because everything the Lina does, it's always the same interactions. It's always kind of the same combo versus anti-combo, but look at that. At least they do get that combo in. Yeah, nice kill.
At least they don't, is they don't just buy, like, Yule Scepter anymore, Like, at least there's some sort of other interaction nowadays.
I mean, that there is, but now nobody ever buys the Eul Scepter anymore, so it's not like...
That's true.
It's not like we have both options, right? If Eul Scepter, there was any way for Eul Scepter to still be good on, like, a core position Lina, I think it would be nice, because then you have the O defensive. I built any Eul's debuffs are too big of an issue against O offensive. With the Gleipnir, or Atos at least, I'm gonna catch people. But Bashka, he's gotta be very careful to not be the one getting caught, because we've talked about how hard Wind Ranger counters the Lina. And we're already seeing that come into effect when we're looking at Lina's last stats.
The hard lane, too, because Tusky is, as good of a bodyguard as he is, can't really do anything when Pango can just walk by him like this.
I mean, this time
doesn't do anything.
He was ready to actually do something, but they did not see that Undying coming. So even if he does something, then it's just like, okay, but we bring in a Tombstone, and now it's a basically a 4v2.
Yeah, there's just nothing he does when Pango swashes over him, right? Or just shield crashes over him. It's like, okay, like, bye, I'm gonna go kill your carry now. It's an interesting dynamic, because usually you need someone like Tusk in your Lina lanes, but now it's almost specifically being punished.
Well, speaking of punishment, look at the top lane where Stoic, he went for the gank. Now it's gonna be this off lane trying to go for a gank on him, and he will go down, but after Alberca does, as Immersion tries to walk away. But Jeezy with the counter rotation is just carrying his team so hard, making sure the kill goes to his carry.
Wow.
Nicely done.
That was a really good series of events for Synapse. And they don't lose the Undying innate either. because it hasn't triggered yet. He'll get to play with that one in what, a minute? Comes up at 5 minutes, I think. The Scourge. Oh. What is going on with these 3 hero rotations coming in from which way everywhere?
Well, you have to. Again, Lina, like, in a vacuum, right? Let's say it's Dota, but you're dying the second that you move out of lane, you cannot rotate. In a vacuum, this game would be unwinnable for the side of Synapse. But they are never playing this in a vacuum. That's why they are so aggressive with this Undying. They're immediately gonna try again, but the Tombstone will be addressed this time around as Alberca saved from the power shot with beautiful Cookie. They're turning around onto Stoic, but the tag team will not last long enough. Yeah, again it pays off for Synapse.
Yep. So hard. Undying is on my hero list of don't bring heroes to the Undying lane. And a lot of the times it's not worth it. And we see like there too, right? Like it just takes so long to kill the Undying. And he's siphoning resources away from you. Whether it be like early in lane, the monetary resources, or literally draining your strength and your health. And taking your mana resources away from you. The hero is so good. It feels so good. It's everything you want from a support. People are just going like blink shard on the hero, right? Like it's ridiculous.
No, but the thing I hate is because on the one hand I agree with you, don't bring heroes into the Undying lane, it's not worth it, because he can just like DK more people. But on the other hand, see, I'm that carry player that is gonna be alone against an Undying at level 5 in my pubs every single game, because everybody is so scared of Undying. And then I go into the jungle, right? I farm like the small camps behind the bottom tier 2, and the Undying will just show up there. Because he can get out anyways, he's just that tanky. It's just like, oh, hello, Drow. You're farming right next to your tier 3. Well, I'm just gonna body block you so you can't even walk under your tier 3 anymore. Of course, he falls off. I don't mind playing against Andy that much, because he falls off. Like, I play for the late game anyway, so if I have that mantra of, don't worry, he is gonna fall off, he is gonna fall off, it's usually gonna keep
He's just
safe.
a Dickens. You know, like, I don't like playing against him.
Yes! Yes, no, I feel that. I really feel that. And speaking of, I don't think Alberca likes playing against him either, because he is going to make the teleport out, but he's just being forced to make walk of shame after walk of shame. Then again, over on bottom lane, no escape for Jeezy anymore now that Bashka is level 6 and getting really freaking fat.
The Axe doing poorly. I guess he's not even doing that poorly. His assets are pretty good.
Oh yeah.
The network, like he's not too bad. This is actually not the worst. He has just sort of had to walk a lot in lane, you know, like away, and call out resources. But it's gonna feel pretty good. I don't even have anything to say anymore. I was like, complete misery. But he needs to do well. I'll rephrase it. The Axe needs to continue to do well. Felina also doing very well. So if you can hit a timing where like Axe and heaven forbid Lina are ready at the same time, you are in for a huge power spike on Power Rangers. You might not even necessarily need to bring your Necro to. If Necro for some reason does not have Radiance yet, or is close to like that one extra item, you can even send him away to go, you know, sort of relieve that carry role of just going AFK farming for a little bit.
Yeah, the opposite way around, because I agree, and I don't want, you know, Axe and Lina to have that perfect power spike sync, because then we're not gonna get a game number 3, and I'm always rooting for the game number 3. But Bashka, he's gonna have to be saved by the snowball as I'm dying. No fun allowed, he says. Runs down the Lina, runs down till the end. Nice return kills, just as Synapse really needed them.
Good stuff. Good use of the Rolling Thunder, too. I'm a very big fan of, if you have your ultimate, use it as soon as you can. Like, I am so here for the Enigmas to just get Black Hole, pop Black Hole, kill the person in their lane. Who are you 5-man Black Holing at 8 minutes? You know, like, you don't need to save it. Just use it. Get the kill and move on.
I mean, on the one hand, yes. On the other hand, like, the thing is, Black Hole, like, the enemy knowing that you don't have it on cooldown if you just use it for a support or whatever is usually what bites Enigmas in the ass, right? Because with a carry or any core, like even if you kill the tank with a one-man black hole, that's worth it. But if you kill the +5 with a one-man black hole and then the mid lane is like, oh no, black hole.
That's true.
Pango though, speaking of mid laners being like, oh, no ultimate, in this case though it's a Rolling Thunder that's on cooldown, causing Necrophos to just come in and be like, here, hold this, Reaper Scythe.
You could have died down bottom and not given that scythe kill.
I mean, most Necros, and this is a mistake in my eyes, because all the good tier 1 Necros will play around the stacks, but most Necros don't play around the stacks on this, like, tier 2, tier 3 bracket. Because it just makes the game harder on you, right? Like, yeah, you can get a huge upside in those, like, 70-minute games, but there's not that many 70-minute games, but every game that you play around the stacks, you automatically make harder on yourself and your teammates. So it's always a bit of a, like, the highest tier of Necro Mastery, in my opinion, is if you always play for the stacks as a rule of thumb. Same with Slark. There's a few Slark players. You've mentioned, like, oh wait, Pango, huge core kill, but there is Jeezy ready to try and turn around. As with beautiful 2-man stun, they don't even have to be worried about their Pango anymore.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Nice.
Synapse doing very well.
Radiant's bottom
They gotta keep doing very well, right?
We have seen them in this position before, you know?
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's
Well,
capital
yeah, anything can happen, because on the one hand we have seen them in this position before, on the other hand, the last time we've seen them in this position, it wasn't like a 75+ win rate in their favor.
True.
But I will agree that, like,
are fortified.
you miss one, like, you whiff one epicenter on Mikey, and that's immediately gotta be a comeback. A good team fight with this next Necrophos ultimate and the Radiance could also be that immediate comeback. The mid-game power spike is definitely there.
Oh yeah, they just need to get there. They need to get there like a reasonable time with without losing and bleeding too much. And Pango is a ways away from Mage Slayer, which is I think like a little bit of a silver lining for Power Rangers.
Oh, we're gonna see Axe try for more, but he's just gotta secure the stacks. Like, Undying scouted out that there was stacks at the high ground, and I saw Axe come into that area, thought he was gonna catch the Undying, but nah. Him and Immersion are just like, just bring the creep wave along, man. I'm an Axe, I don't care if they see us farm the stacks in the triangle, and now Undying walks up the high ground, just 20 seconds too late again. So, maybe not all is lost. Immersion goes down. In exchange for emptiness doesn't seem quite worth it yet, but on top lane the action may continue.
Killing Axe would be a nice little cherry on top of all this action here. Nice power shot. They killed Mikey. That's even bigger though.
Yeah.
Pango into Sand King is, no matter what happens now to Axe, a better trade than Snap into Axe. Keep farming though, Axe baby. Keep on hitting those creeps. Make that number go up.
Tower is under attack.
Number go up. Well, most importantly, Blink Dagger timing. Like, without the Blink Dagger timing, I don't see Power Rangers make a comeback. Because right now,
no.
they still have
They're
that
chilling.
really scary mid-game timing, and everybody's just farming, everybody's just waiting for it. So rushing the Blink Dagger to make sure that Axe is not going to be the one hero when everybody has their mid-game timing that's still like, oh guys, but I still need to farm my Blink Dagger, I just went for the Blade Mail first. Because Blade Mail's also like a really good item this game against the Venge and the Wind Ranger.
Good against Sand King too.
Yep. Speaking of the Wind Ranger though, she's gonna set up until the end, and they're gonna make one kill happen there. Make that a second one. No Reaper Scythe now. How do you feel, Mr. Kiyotaka? Well, definitely not good. Oh.
Tower is under attack.
Good TP from the Axe though.
Yeah, and he's got 19 wand charges as well for when he goes shrouds like that. Oh, what a shackle.
Still gotta respect the Venge. She is incredibly early game centric and laney, unstoppable streak for him. An exchange for the Sand King going down. Alberca running for his life. Was hoping to get one more spin so that he could like slam dunk the Vengeful, but Vengeful may have overextended there
This is
regardless.
a crazy go.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wait, from who? Because I think from both teams it was crazy to go for a round 2 there.
Yes, both.
Okay, we are
Simmons
the
in
same
that
page
scenario
as
near
always.
the end, but yes, both of them. No reason to like.
Radiant's
I felt like
bottom tower
object
is under
permanence
attack.
was just completely forgotten about on Kiyotaka there.
On
Like,
both sides, honestly, because I was like,
Yes,
why do they
yes.
drop the Tombstone? And then Power Rangers are like, okay, you know what, screw it, they've dropped the Tombstone, let's turn around. But that's just as risky and stupid of a play. And, well, I guess in the end, it's still ever so slightly gonna benefit the side of Power Rangers, but only because they got that one position at the end. And if Laney hadn't overextended, like if he would have just gotten out when he saw, you know, the chance to kill the Lina or to walk back, then I think this fight would have gone the other way because that's how close it was.
but Axe has Blink now. Big threat, big danger heading your way.
Instant reveal and a Reaper's Hive stack for Kiyotaka to both, making it number 2. No, number 3 actually, impressive. So 3 Reaper's Hive stacks, Axe is kind of still behind on his stacks, but having 2 heroes that get stronger every time they kill gives Power Rangers such a good late game insurance.
I will say it is a little awkward that when you call someone and they try to scythe it, you can't dunk them. Because you can't kill them with it.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, I was about to say you can dunk
Radiant's
them,
middle tower
and
is under attack.
how does it work with the cooldown? Did they fix it? Because I know for a while, and I'm a Necro player, not an Axe player, like for a while Culling Blade would not go on cooldown, but it's still, and you do get the Culling Blade kill animation, but none of the buffs for getting kill with it.
Oh, what a call from the Axe. It was all a bait. Who's going on who? You do not have the right-click power of a pause 1 wind, GZ.
And Pangolier in this exchange once again looking rough, and chat is asking like, why did they last pick Pangolier? But I think the reason is pretty obvious, because imagine if the enemy didn't call this one position Venge correctly, right? Imagine if this enemy didn't know immediately that Venge was a 1 position, then suddenly Pangolier would have been the right pick. But that's why it's instantly a mistake, because nobody ever plays Venge support.
Yeah.
Regeneration.
Yeah, and it's a weird thing to, I guess, not assume the enemy has the correct read on.
Yep. As till
Version
the
depth down
end.
bottom's good.
Are fortified.
The trade is not.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 at the very least. Getting taken down. Wait, Sand King?
No way. That's crazy that he gets out of there.
That's outskilled. Synapse straight up outskilled Power Rangers there. Otherwise, they would not be getting
Okay,
this
wait, hold
much
on a
for
minute. No,
free.
they did find him in the jungle, though. They are still on him in the triangle. What's he on them?
Radiant's middle tower
Help's heading their way. Alberca.
bottom tower is under attack.
It was all a bait. A great bait.
A beautiful little kill there as Pango.
Oh my god,
with
they're
the
getting
roll.
more.
Nicely done. I mean, you need
Like he
more
did it.
because,
Like he did all that by himself.
well, by himself plus, like, I guess the Undying. Because right now Undying's still strong, and Undying being able to keep everybody at full health right now definitely helped there.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of the damage, like all of the actual attacking was just the Pangolier, Mage Slayer, perfect Rolling Thunder. Beautifully done.
Yep. It's just that easy when you press Rolling Thunder. And you actually bring heroes that have damage instead of a wind.
I mean, I literally
Instead of a
described
more wind.
how much it sucked to be in this very position, right? Where you're trying to farm the safest, the most far back warded creep camps, and there's still an Undying standing there and bullying you away from it. That's what just happened to the Snapfire as well. And Stoic just walks back to the mid lane so that Immersion tries to farm elsewhere and still just gets bullied away. And even for the support Snapfire, money is really important right now. Because of the Essence Distiller
Yeah.
being queued up and the lack of vision already punishing Snap. Like, where have the good Mortimer's Kisses been this game? They haven't been there? Yeah, no shit. How are you gonna hit Mortimer's Kisses if you can't even ward?
It's a good combo with Axe. They've used it, I think, once with the Axe call. Good
Oh yeah, there was that one combo, I remember now. Gyotaka though. He gets comboed so hard, we're now officially in orange territory.
Gyotaka has less than 1200 health right now.
Top tower is under attack.
Not allowed. Not allowed. Where is your HP, young man?
Are scanning.
Yeah, at least buy a value brace, like literally at least just buy the upgrade, like upgrade that circlet into a bracer.
Oh yeah, dang fluffy hat boy. Come on, anything. Show me that you care.
I mean, that's the thing though, Necrophos, he needs every form of tankiness. So BKB doesn't seem that bad, but yeah, with the BKB queued up, the fluffy hat actually seems like a really good idea.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant.
You just need
are
something.
scanning.
You're gonna be without HP for a long time.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
I'm
Bracer's a
personally...
fine idea too.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm personally a Bracer fan, but that's more of because as Necrophos, you either already get last hits, like you can last it into our full mana. Oh wait, another team fight. This time around, the Mortimer's Kisses are gonna be lined up beautifully with the Snowball, but look at the Rolling Thunder! Oh, that was not worth the initiation. This is now gonna be a 4v5 with Tusk stuck on the high ground and Windranger immediately having the perfect position to capitalize on it. Gyotaka burning away like a candle, and Tusk, they can leave him up that high ground till the very end of the team fight, then finish the job.
Radiant's
Wait,
middle tower
Bashka, you should not be here.
He wants the Venge so bad.
They got a buyback, but they didn't get the Venge, they just got the Mike Sand King, maybe?
I mean, they got the hero originally.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. But that's not much better, because Venge does have the Aghanims already. That's like insanely good timing for the Venge Axe. At least Bashka got something out of that though, with the double kill finishing off Jeezy. Not being able to kill Venge a second time is huge though. But I didn't realize she already had that Aghanim Scepter, because she did go for the Specialist Array first.
Yeah, and the Yasha. Like she went for, I'm actually able to do things. And this is why people go Specialist Array and Yasha first. It helps you farm considerably faster, but it also lets you actually partake in team fights because you don't have like 4,000 gold of dead net worth on your hero.
Correct. And yeah, it's not just that net worth anymore, because I don't think they expected it. Like, I think if they knew that she would have had an Aghanim Scepter, they would have been ready to kill the illusion. But the fact that they weren't even ready, like the reveal of it was so perfect, right? Because nobody expects, after the Yasha and the Specialist Array, for the Aghanims to be there almost immediately, like bloop. Because even half of the time, instead of upgrading the Aghanim Scepter first, you go for the Manta style before the Aghanims. But nah, if you reveal the Aghanims this aggressively, it's always the right move to go for it, and I really like what Synapse are doing here. Though, they do need to hurry, because the late game clock is ticking.
What a bling from Alberca. Mikey, though. Mikey got them? No.
Gyotaka very
They got
happy
Mikey.
with that one. He was put in the tombstone, but he still died, because Reaper Scythe. I do think the interactions are really cool with it. But Axe! There's the Aghanim's value again. They did officially kill Laney, so a crap ton of money swinging around. But Laney immediately knows he's needed to get more out of this, and if they can get this Lina, it would be huge. Yep.
Ambitious teleport, especially when you know that they have ways of just getting like ground targeted vision on you.
Yeah, it was really a bit ambitious, but without any spells, without anything else of value. It's not like you have many alternatives there.
Don't run. Get them away from Roshan at least.
Roshan has fallen to the
Give
top.
your team time to respawn. I don't know.
Bottom tower is under attack.
You Synapse another Roshan for them.
Yeah, for
It
the
took,
Pangolier.
it took like
as
3
well.
Roshans last time though, so.
I mean, true. And again, the late game timing is always favoring Power Rangers, so it could very well be that 2-0. But Emptiness, the one person that we talked about struggling, the one person that was a really strange pick, has now kind of recovered. Like, all of that suffering Pangolier has been put through will be worth it in the end if he can keep this momentum, if he can do something good with this Aegis.
A lot of pressure of the Pangolier with the Aegis.
I mean, it's the pressure that he needs to exert, because Pangolier,
Yes.
no scaling, no, not a good objective hitter either. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Pango, I think it's a really fun hero, but he is the kind of hero where you cannot solo win a game. Like, even if you 1v5 the entire enemy team, you push so slowly that you're not going to be able to solo carry the game. Which is kind of, I guess, where the GZ support Wind Ranger comes in, but it does force them.
Yes.
Like, it does force them to really put on this pressure.
Dire are scanning.
I don't think that Pause for Wind does much more than any other wind.
Fair
Oh, they
enough,
got
but
the Necro.
Necrophos is gonna do so much here as he's able to heal through it and still heal through it, and he tanked half the initiation alone. But the other person tanking is his Lina. At the moment, Lina can no longer attack. Necrophos will melt, and Bashka, he's holding his own, but surrounded by zombies, he will not do so forever. Oof.
Oh, that was a very weird fight for Power Rangers. Necro gets caught with Tusk at the beginning, which is a blessing and a curse, because now the snowball is an immediate save. But he didn't get Scythe off, couldn't get Scythe off. And because of that, Necro had no way back into the fight. That's your way back in as Necros, right? Like you get a kill. It doesn't have to be a Scythe. You get a kill. And your regen go ham, gets you back in and continues the fight for you. That needs to happen almost every fight.
Or at least the tombstone. Like, they couldn't even get the tombstone. Because if they get the tombstone, okay, Necro will not be back in the fight, but Necro just walks away in the Ghost Shroud. But if you don't even kill the tombstone, then you don't have the option of getting out. Like you just described, you don't have a way back into the fight because Necrophos is in fact balanced around that sadist. No way to run, and that's really what closed out that fight being such a disaster. Because the Lina had really good positioning until there was one too many zombies on her, and you're pretty much body blocked in and very much slowed up to the point of not being able to walk away with all of the stacks in the world.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Venge is kind of isolated at the moment, but can't really capitalize on it.
Butterfly's gonna be so huge though, because Lina doesn't want to build an MKB under any circumstances.
Yeah. It is going to up the axe damage, the self-damage, though.
True, but it's not like Axe can like call you 2 times in a row that easily. This time around they do make sure to get Kiyotaki yet another ultimate stack though. And the tombstone, can they get it? Learning their lesson from that last fight. Power Rangers looking a lot cleaner, making sure they take out Sand King, take out the tombstone, and now try to deal with this Venge illusion. But that is the point where the resources have already come to an end, and it's once again not gonna be enough. Maybe they can at least save a few more people comparatively, but I think I spoke too soon on that, because Axe, caught by the Wind Ranger, tries to turn around with the Blade Mail actually. Holy base, but it will not be enough.
It's so funny because like every time these fights start, our Rangers are killing like Sand King and Venge, and your mind goes, good start to a fight. That's nice. And then you realize Venge doesn't care. And Sand King, despite still being a big crucial part of their team fight, has seemed completely unnecessary. They're winning fights without him, convincingly.
Yeah, I mean, again, the thing that made me think this fight was going to be a really good one was not killing the Sand King or killing the Venge, because they can kill Venge the second time anyways, but it was the Tombstone. The Tombstone had to be used as a save and instantly got melted, but they still couldn't deal with Venge that second time, and the moment that Venge died the first time, that's when the team fight started turning almost instantly.
I'll take your tribute.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
AD in the river. Roshan's still a ways away. Synapse dare push.
I mean, they kind of have to. 10, 15 minutes from now, they're gonna struggle so hard against this Lina Necrophos. Right now is the time where Laney is incredibly tanky and can just hit this tier 3 tower like it's nothing. Oh? Maybe not like it's nothing, as on the side of things, this is where the initiation is gonna be. Venge in a bad position. Once again, Tombstone used really early. But Venge, Reaper, Scythe, there's that second lifetime. Is it gonna be the turnaround once again or not? It is not looking like it, because Stoic is just completely being ignored. And they take out Venge for the second time now. Huh. The tombstones, they're getting progressively less value because of how good of a tombstone hitter Immersion is, how good of a tombstone hitter the Lina is.
Yeah, I mean, the tombstones have been very good until they're focused.
No, it's just unfair.
Right, and because you do have those two heroes that are really good at it. They do. I've seen in like 1 or 2 fights them just got deleted because they've had the space in the fight, especially the Snapfire, to actually get in there and do that. It's very hard with Snap. You don't have the best attack range, and you've got this pesky, stupid Pango, you know, on your ass this entire game. I feel for you, Immersion. Okay, not your fault. You're not killing these tombstones. And Lita's hitting, you know, more important things, so I understand it. But yeah, tombstones need to die. They have been dying. The swap was weird too. Like, you swap to save your pause 4, which is not it. You don't save your pause 4. You get put in tombstone.
That was a disconnect in communication, because it was very clear. Vengeful was like, okay, I'm gonna save my pause 4 because I want to take this fight. And Vengeful support feels like, my carry saved me, quick, let's run away and regroup.
Yeah.
While Kiyotaka also trying to run away and regroup with his team, but there's gonna be 2 teleports forced. At least Pangolier got some cursed terrain as part of that ultimate, but just rolling. Oh, Necro catching up. Not getting a good connection, but Axe is there for the jump. Beautiful. That's one. Did the Reaper Scythe go off? He did get the Reaper Scythe as Undying was tombstoning himself. Tusk will even buy back for the cleanup.
Okay.
Gonna be a cleanup. They may lose
Oh,
one or two.
no!
They lose Bashka, it's huge, but the Necro heals are doing too much. Lady.
Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. It looked so good. Oh, dude, what's going on, Synapse? What just happened? Lenny, this is the second time I've watched someone. I mean, last time it was Power Rangers, to be fair. This is the second time I've watched someone just walk into a team fight while it feels like they're like staring up at the clouds or something. I swear to God, they had no idea where they were clicking. I just watched Lenny walk past Alina and a Tusk in the back lines alone. What are you doing there?
I mean, on the one hand, I think it's tunnel vision, but also Vengeful vastly overestimates her tankiness. Because I think the genuine thought there is, oh, I can't die, and then I can, like this Lina that she walked past, you can always swap with after, right? Like, you can always interact with that Lina from behind, but you gotta live long enough. Like, you gotta get up to the person that you're running to if you're gonna run past 2 heroes that's strong. And the moment that you get caught once, the moment that you get stunned by the Tusk or the Lina, it's over. Because I go for plays like that all the time when I'm playing Cass or heroes like that. But on a Lina, it's... I don't know. Or against Lina, I mean. Because Lina is a whole different damage wheelhouse, right? Like, she hits so much harder that you shouldn't be walking past her unless you have, I don't know, like Ghost Scepter or a Shield Rune, I guess.
You're not going to force a 1v1 against Lina Tusk. You know? Unless you're, like, stupid.
No, but the idea there isn't to force a 1v1.
No,
the whole idea is kill the backline, swap away, and run so that the Lina Tusk are forced to chase you back into your team. But you gotta survive walking past them. And yeah, we both agree that's where like things went really, really wrong.
Yes.
Yowai is another one of those players. Yowai will always go for that play where he runs at the backlines in situations like that. And Chat also really hates Yowai for that reason. Oh,
Well,
Wind
'cause
Ranger.
it looks very throwy.
It does, but then it works out, and everybody's like, "Oh,
Right.
Yowai God, Yowai is so back," and it's like, bro, it's the same play. It's always
It's-
a gamble.
It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50, you know, like.
Yeah. I mean, if you have all the information, because again, if you don't see the Tusk sitting next to the Lina until you have no way of backing out again,
Are fortified.
then I think he regretted that. Like, I think the moment that he was running in, he kind of did regret
Dire's
that.
middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
All Power Rangers now, I would say. You know, not now. We're not like crazy in the lead,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
but they do
They
have
are,
the
though.
firm grasp. They have the firm grasp on the game.
The gold
like-
can go
like
back, the pushing can go back.
9K's meh, you know.
No, it's not about the 9K. It's about the fact we're 35 minutes in the game, and the Venge Draft has not even taken a single lane of
Yes.
racks.
Yeah. Pardon me. I think the state of the game is very more Power Rangers focused than whatever you can see, you know, monetarily or kill wise, right, or like net worth wise.
Correct. And even the Gaben graph and the win rate seems to agree with that, saying
Yeah.
Power Rangers are not completely like 100% favored. It's like 66% in their favor, but they have been holding on to that lead very firmly and are only gonna grow it more. Why do both of these games feel the same? Why do both of these games just have super off-meta carries that play the carry perfectly and the hero just ends up like not being enough? Because look at Laney. Now that Axe finally has everything he needs, Venge just cannot use anything of that second life. And that's gonna be another follow-up onto Mike in exchange for a merge that may not be super horrible, but Lina locked down in a corner as the Reaper Scythe comes out, the Tombstone is dealt with. And it's just not gonna cut it. You can kill Bashka even if you stun him for like 4 seconds. That's just gonna be half of his health and he still has that Aegis.
Is under attack.
Alberga's been cooking them on this axe as well. This has been
Dire's bottom
phenomenal axe performance. This is
The second
ban-worthy. This is like
is under attack.
I'd be afraid forever. Martinez has
Tango?
gotten himself stuck in a tricky position.
Yeah, that cursed terrain was not part of the plan and will cost him his life.
That was a fantastic snowball. And I would absolutely, yeah, I would absolutely spam all the voice lines at him. That was a very ambitious solo play. What's the
I
plan
mean,
there? You don't have
it's
buyback.
over. No, the plan
Well, then
is
just call it. You know, like don't make some weird solo play. It's
I
not
don't
going
know.
to amount to anything.
It could have amounted, like, his plan was he didn't want to kill, he didn't want to risk it, he literally tried to roll out of there and pressed up into the base again a little too soon to get stuck on the cursed terrain. Because the whole plan is you roll from the bottom high ground up the mid high ground again, right? So you just kind of do a half circle to stun everybody and keep the second lane of Rex from falling. Dying there, not worth it, but it's not like they have many better options because there's no late game timing where the timing is gonna favor Synapse ever again for the remainder of the series. Which is truly a shame, but
Right.
Dire's middle barracks
they were 1k ahead, they were 2k ahead for way too long, and like we both kept calling it like, oh, that isn't quite as good as it should have gone, and oh, the clock is
Dire's
ticking.
middle barracks are
And
under
they
attack.
kept playing it calm, they didn't put on the pressure, now they're paying the price. I'm just really sad about Synapse picking these super off-meta 1 positions and just not getting rewarded for it even a single time, because they are playing well, but there's a reason why the meta is meta, and that's it. 3-0, buyback on the Undying, Pangolier finally back with another huge Rolling Thunder, but now you're missing your Venge, now the backline right-click damage isn't there anymore.
Well, that's Rax.
Dire's top
The
tower
only thing
is
that
under
separates
attack.
Power Rangers from victory, and I don't think they're even gonna need to fully take it. Let's be real here. Sand King doesn't feel like enough. Venge doesn't feel like enough. And even the Pango that's been owning all game does not feel like enough. GG is called.
Yep, GG's across the board as that is gonna be Power Rangers, showing us why they are one of the most consistent EPL teams. I think
Yep.
it's the draft difference. Like, there was a few times where Synapse genuinely outskilled Power Rangers, but if you go into both games with a significant draft disadvantage, what do you do about that?
Draft better.
I
You
mean,
know,
for game number 2, yes. For game number 1, I don't know. Like, you didn't have many better options, right? You had to throw
yeah.
something weird like the Muerta. But this game number 2, we literally both agreed. Why would you ever assume that the enemy thinks the Vengeful is a support? But I have looked at some of their games, and I think this is something that Synapse, they thought they could get away with it. Like, they thought that they're more respected by Power Rangers
I
than they
see.
actually were, because they do play Venge support. They are literally one of the only 2 teams across EPL since like the last 2 patches that play Venge
I
as a
see.
support.
I called their bluff, called it well, and I mean, as much as yeah, you maybe want you as in me want to cry and complain about it. The Wind did okay, but like the problem being, I just don't see what Wind does better than, like, let's say a Lion, for instance. What are you
Counter
offering
the
as a
Lina in the
Wind?
lane, like that's the one thing. Because Lion,
Yeah,
Mana Drain does nothing against Lina, because
that's
every time you try
true.
to use it, you get stunned. So
Yeah,
they, again, in theory, Jeezy did his job. He countered the
yeah,
Wind, he countered the
yeah,
Lina. And then the laning stage is over. Lina can now farm. That's when the game started favoring Power Rangers again. I don't
right.
think, like, the Wind Ranger pick isn't the issue. Not being able to actually force those objectives, not being able to end the game at 25 minutes if you pick this Wind Ranger support is what punished them. But it seems
Yeah.
like we're mostly on the same page with where it all went wrong. And sadly, no game number 3 for the first series of the day, and not much more for us to say. But, ladies and gentlemen, there is some good news left. At 17 CEST, the show is going to continue, and there's going to be 2 more best of 3 series for today, of course. So do make sure you tune back in a couple of hours and enjoy the rest of the day. As for us, though, we are out. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys around. Any closing out words, Crashroni?
Just enjoy the rest of the games today. It's the final day of the group stage, so get your games in now, you know?
And with that, see you all, ladies and gentlemen.